From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2132, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, September 12, 2018. AMSAT is looking for some help in tracking down some interference to the uplink frequency of its newest satellite.
Drew Glassbrenner at KO4MA, Vice President of Operations at AMSAT, tells us what's happening.
We've been having issues on AO92 recently with QRM on the uplink frequency, and you can tell that it's DMR, but because it's being filtered through the computer on the satellite and the audio process, we can't decode it right now. We have a pretty good idea of where it is, most likely in the Midwest or maybe the Colorado mountain area, and it's fairly strong when it's there.
If you're operating anything, a hotspot, repeater, or just running simplex in the satellite subbands, which are 145.8 to 146.0 and 435 megahertz to 438 megahertz, AMSAT is putting out a plea for those stations to move out of those frequencies.
If anybody does hear it locally and not through the satellite, please let us know. Any help we can get from satellite users or people that just happen to be listening and hear and know where it is would be very welcome.
Reporting for Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG.
If you're a digital radio enthusiast and haven't registered yet for the 37th annual ARRL Tapper Digital Communications Conference taking place September 14th through the 16th in Albuquerque, New Mexico, there's still time.
The agenda features 2 days of technical forums on that Friday and Saturday, with introductory forums on Saturday, followed by what organizers are calling a Sunday morning seminar deep dive. The two banquet speakers will be Philip J. Eckerson, W1PJE, Assistant Director and Head of the Atmospheric and Geospace Sciences Group at MIT's Haystack Observatory, and Nathaniel Frizzell, W2NAF, Assistant Research Professor at the Center for Solar Terrestrial Research at the New Jersey Institute of Technology. TAPR is amateur radio's leading digital technology organization. For details or to register, visit tapr.org/DCC. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Dave Parks, WB8ODF.
Rarely does the average person enjoy just a single hobby. Philately, or the study of stamps, better known as stamp collecting, is a very popular avocation worldwide, and it overlaps with amateur radio very well. There have been ham radio stamps before. Here's Newsline's own staff philatelist with another to add to that list.
Hams competing in the Amateur Radio Direction Finding World Championships in Korea may have something to write home about. And now they have a special postage stamp they can use to send their message home from Korea. A report by the Korea Stamp Society shows the commemorative postage stamp being issued by Korea Post to mark the 19th global event, concluding September 8. At least 30 nations were represented in the challenge, which takes place every 2 years. The stamps have been printed as a sheet of 16, with each stamp carrying a value of 330 South Korean won, or about 30 cents in US currency. It shows two competitors engaged in the contest's activities, which include the search for hidden transmitters or fox hunting. This year's event was hosted by the Korean Amateur Radio League. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm philatelist Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for 4 decades and counting at arnewsline.org. With Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, Dave Parks, WB8ODF, Graham Kemp, VK4BB, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.